My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire. It's time to go in with, that's right, the Defect for a change. Exordium, choose a random rare relic with 7 max HP is pretty insane. It's the Peace Pipe. You can now remove cards from your deck at rest sites. Alright. So what is like a single card win condition I could go for? Creative AI is a single card win condition. Reprieve is a single card win condition. The kinds of cards that I want to be able to play consistently, right? Because I'm going to be removing cards from my deck using the Peace Pipe. It's also probably not that great of an idea for me to hit too many elites. Alright. We've got a pretty non-conventional path coming up. Basically, I'm going to be fighting as many enemies as I can in the early game so I can try and pick up as many cards as I can. And then the late is just a ridiculous amount. Oh, hang on. Did I just miss lethal though? Nope. And then the late is just a ridiculous amount of rests and question marks so that I can remove a bunch of cards and refine my deck. I've got to define my deck before I can refine my deck. Yeah. Scrape, Ball, Lightning, or Sunder. I mean, the one that immediately pops out is Scrape. We take that, we take a bunch of zero cost cards. Baby, you got a stew going. All right, let's do it. There's Echo Form. Well, the thing that immediately comes to me here is I take Go for the Eyes and I take a card removal. I think Dual Cast might be the first thing I get rid of. Okay. Didn't exactly work how I wanted it to. Okay. We take 1 damage here, but I think we'll be fine overall. 1, 2. That's fine. Enemy's not attacking this turn. They're not going to attack. Well, I mean, they're not going to attack next turn because they're dead. Loop Shield, cool-headed. Chill? Yeah. I'm happy to take that. Scrape gives us Go for the Eyes. Hell yes, we actually finally got a card from that. When we upgrade Zap, it'll cost 0, and then we'll have a better time with our Scrape pulls. Until then, though, Go for the Eyes again. I don't think I need to get so many copies of the same zero cost card. Like, I think I want to diversify. Like, I want to get the Zap. The Beam Zap, or whatever it's called. Should I take a second Go for the Eyes? Probably not. I could take a Rebound. No, that's a bad idea. Alright, we'll pass. Okay, thank you for giving me Go for the Eyes at the very least, because we're going to take some damage this turn. With my opening hand, that was pretty much non-negotiable. Alright, the enemy is splitting this turn anyway because of my lightning orbs, so it was worth kicking in as much damage as is humanly possible. Alright, not bad. Just gotta remove that backliner off the map. Good, that'll do. And a single defense is fine. Hell yes. All right. This is all coming together. In stark contrast to a lot of runs recently. Strength Potion, gain 2 strength, Streamline, Hologram, and Sweeping Beam. Hologram is a great way to fish back a zero cost card or to fish back Scrape to get a bunch more zero cost cards, I guess. There's also Streamline in there, which eventually becomes a zero cost card. I'm gonna take Hologram. Alright, we'll go for the fight first. Scrape gives me chill. Yeah, that'll do. I mean, that actually fully defends me. Heck yes. Zap, double defends. We'll be able to kill here. Yeah. Oh no, but Scrape is actually going to... there's a problem here. Scrape is going to put itself into the discard pile as well as all of the 1-cost cards that I end up drawing. So I can't reliably fish back something that I can or do want to play. Well, we need to upgrade the hologram then. Go for the Ice Sweeping Beam. Darkness. No. I want to do the Scrape all for one build. Should I take a second go for the Ice? Because I just currently am discarding a lot of cards. No. Okay. So... the first thing we need to do is upgrade hologram because it needs to cost 0. And then after that, it's pretty much all removal of anything that has a cost associated with it. Trying to lessen the amount of damage we take here because this first floor is going to be a wee bit rough for us. I don't need to make it any rougher. Alright, show me 0. Nope. Centennial Puzzle. The first time you lose HP each combat, draw 3 cards. Duck off to this side. I mean, I only have Chill, which exhausts. Go for the eyes and zap. I was really hoping to have more 0-cost cards by now. Uh-oh. We're using a Strength Potion here because we do not have AoE in this deck, and this could be a wow, they're all 0-cost! This could be a real garbage fight for us. I'm gonna want to keep the Frost Orbs, so I'll play Zap first there. We'll probably have to remove the Shield Gremlin first. Yeah, I was probably wrong. I might have to actually fully defend this turn. We'll see how it goes, though. Go for the eyes. Great. We'll also use a Zap. And then we can Scrape because we put 2 0-cost cards in there. Alright, now we're fine. Hell yes. Another Strength Potion given back to me. Axe Kick, I don't know if I actually want. It is a 0-cost card. I'll give it that much. It is definitely a 0-cost card. But I don't know if I want to be consistently trying to evoke my orbs. I kind of just want to generate them. Alright. Come on, let's get this Scrape a lot better. By removing more cards. We'll anger the mushrooms here. I'll probably have to use the Strength Potion in this fight also. I'm really tempted to hologram and just hope for the best. That's a bad idea though. Ooh, they all decided to attack this turn. Alright. Zap. And we'll chill for a bunch of damage. Hologram back the Zap and then double defend. Are we fully defended here? I think we are. Yeah. Exactly fully defended. Hell yes. Alright, another Zap out on the field, and we are on easy street. Hell yes. Odd Mushroom. When vulnerable, take 25% more damage rather than 50% more damage, and another Axe Kick. Yikes. No. That's really not the deck I'm trying to make. I do need some way to increase my orb slots right now because I'm currently just using Zap as like most of my damage. I was trying to make degenerate turns using Scrape, but that's just not really coming together in the way that I wanted. By removing another strike, I've also made my deck more defensive there. Which is strongly the intent. Alright, let's Zap, chill. Go for the eyes and hologram to see if we bring back something zero cost. We don't. We did bring back Scrape, which allows me to play another card. I mean, I've had stronger decks that had a worse opening turn against the Guardian. So I think overall, this is doing kind of fine as far as I assumed it might. Defend, defend. We'll go for the eyes, lowering your hit. I can now actually Scrape. Because I was going to be defended the next turn anyway. I'll probably have to use my block potion this turn. Yeah, I will, because I want to Zap hologram Zap, because that is just a lot of damage that we get out there. Let's defend. I mean, this only currently protects me against 3 damage. It does save the perfect, but 3 damage? Like, come on. Go for the eyes, Zap. And then I can Scrape, which guarantees that I get go for the eyes and Zap back. Then we go for the eyes, Zap. This is what I wanted to do, right? I say right like I'm confirming it with you. Like, this is what I wanted to do, right? You'll have to take my word for it. This is what I wanted to do. I'm actually going to use Go for the Eyes here, despite the fact that it's going to cause me to take 2 damage this turn, because it's going to weaken the enemy for the next turn, and that's going to be pretty significant. This is garbage fire of a turn. Alright, well, yikes. Let's drop a block potion here, because Summit's telling me we're going to need it. Yeah, this deck is actually a lot more effective than I thought it was going to be. Like, right now, it is supremely overperforming my expectations for it in this particular fight. Maybe the zero cost build for this character is actually ridiculous. I wouldn't put it past it. Zap, and then hologram to bring Zap back, and then Zap. Oh, and then Scrape for the kill. Hell yes. Well, I mean, the one that immediately comes to mind as being the most useful here would be Seek. But it is worth noting that Fission is a way for me to increase all of my orb slots eternally. So there is a slight consideration going that way, but Seek... I mean, if I get Seek near the end of a hand, it's garbage, though. But it also has the ability for me to pull out all of my 1 costs before I Scrape. Yeah, I think we take Seek. I don't think we need to upgrade Seek at all. Oh my gosh. You know, I think I take Inserter. For the same reason I was considering Fission beforehand, and this is just a passive, right? Every 2 turns we gain an orb slot. If we're doing a zero cost build, energy shouldn't be a priority for us. I think we take Inserter here. Hell yes. Oh, wowzers. All right, there is a great path that we can take with a lot of card removal. All right, let's Seek. Now, I've got Scrape in hand, so I will take any of the non-zero cost cards out of the deck. Go for the eyes on the highest HP target. Scrape against another. We'll chill and then roll the Zap, because I actually want the Zap to persist. I was going to say I want the Zap to pertain? That's not the right thing to say. Because I want the Zap to be relevant in this fight. Oh, time for another orb slot for us. Hell yes. Go for the eyes on the back line, completely nullifies your damage, and I knew that I was gonna, you know, be fully defended against the frontliner anyway, so no reason to even muck with it. Alright, we'll see if we can put the bird on the ground, and we can. I say the bird like there's only one. Alright. Those two that just buffed themselves and are currently still sitting up, that's, that's a wee bit frustrating, possibly. We'll see how that goes. Ugh. How much damage do I want to take? Probably not this much. Zap, hologram zap. It's a pretty terrifying output of damage there for us. Okay, only 2 taken. In a deck that has as few attacks as this deck does have? Yeah. I like it. Alright. Ball Lightning, stack, and reprogram. Reprogram is effectively going to function in the way that Seek would, but because of the thin nature of the deck and the fact that I can remove the cost cards, reprogram will get worse over time. In fact, significantly worse over time. So I'm not super interested in taking it. I also don't really want to take Ball Lightning, despite the fact that I do want to channel orbs. I actually get orbs at about the rate that I can afford to channel them with the inserter. Okay. I'm actually looking at this and I'm thinking nothing here. I'm thinking it's probably nothing. We could take the extra dark orbs, or rather singular extra dark orb from the symbiotic virus, but our opening tends to include, you know, chill and zap really quickly, because if it doesn't have chill or zap, it has seek to get them or it has scrape to get them. So those tend to happen super early. Like, you'll note that I evoke my lightning orb that I start the match with as a result of the cracked core really, really early on in the fight. And as a result of that, I think that I would never really bake the Dark Orb until it was powerful enough to really feel like using. So I don't think that channeling a single Dark Orb is going to be that powerful for this deck. Instead, I think I actually just remove a card that has a cost and move along, because we do have another shop in 3 spaces. I really want to keep my defense right now, because these aren't going to be that defense is not going to be enough very soon. And I don't need to bring that time closer to myself yet. Ooh. Enchiridion would be pretty insane. Nilri's Codex would be fine. If it gives me the Necronomicon, I think I have to not take it. Nilri's Codex. At the end of your turn, you can choose one of 3 random cards to shuffle into your draw pile. So we'll be doing that with 0-cost cards and any card that seems like it'll be situationally useful. I mean, it's another removal. Mind Blast is unfortunate because it would be a card that I would want to run in this deck, except for the fact that this deck has like no draw pile at any time, so it'll do nothing. Ever. I actually really want to take like Whetstone and card removal, but I think I have, yeah, 2 attacks in the deck and there's Scrape and Go for the... Actually... Because our kills don't occur in our turn, so the Gremlin Horn isn't going to be that good for us. Like, it's the zaps that are doing the kills for us right now. I think I actually take the Whetstone and the card removal. Go for the Ice and Scrape. Hell yeah. I do need to upgrade Hologram at some point. Is it now, though? I don't think it is. I think because of how thin our deck is, we can manipulate our draw pile quite easily. I'm gonna get the Defend out there. Because look at this. Our active play deck is now 5 cards, right? After we use Seek and Chill, because both of those exhaust, we have a 5-card deck. I play Zap, I play Go for the Eyes, I play Hologram to pull back one of them, I play that again, I play Scrape, I play Zap, I play Go for the Eyes, I don't get Hologram at that time, and then I defend. And then I just do that again next turn. Every turn, consistently. See, now we don't do the... Now we don't do a removal, because our active play deck is 5 cards. Next time I pick up a card, though, I need to do the removal. Bronze Scales, whenever you take damage, deals 3 back, sure. Okay. Well, Zap. Ooh, I started with an extra orb? Oh, of course. This is a this is a overall counter. It's not a counter every single fight. That's super awesome. We'll use Scrape. Gain back way too much stuff. Choose 2 cards from your draw pile. Well, we'll just exhaust that. I could totally use Fission. It would be not difficult for me to use in this fight. I'm gonna take Fission. Lightning Storm also wouldn't have been that difficult for me to use in this fight. Weirdly. Right. Use Fission for a heck of a lot of damage right there. Actually gonna pull back the Zap here. Reprogram? No, our deck isn't thick enough. Like, reprogram oftentimes is just gonna give us nothing. Like, do nothing, rather. Okay, we'll go for the eyes once again. I could hologram to bring that back. Oh no, I can just zap, scrape, zap, go for the eyes, hologram. This is exactly what I was trying to do, right? And then I can even just bring back scrape and do the whole thing again. Now that the hologram can actually choose its target. Capacitor? I don't think so. I think if we need a capacitor, we'll take a capacitor from the Nilari's Codex, or we'll take any orb slot increase. No, right, we don't need it because we have Inserter. I knew there was a reason we didn't need it, I just couldn't think what it was. Okay, scrape, zap, go for the eyes. Now I scrape, and then we zap, go for the eyes. And then I hologram to take scrape, and then I play scrape, and then we go for the eyes and zap. I think I'm going to take the Thunderstrike because we're about to be confused. Thunderstrike is going to cost less, and also we channel a lot of lightning orbs. Now, unfortunately, if I pull that out of my Discord pile, I think... No, it does maintain at 0 cost. Okay, that's really interesting. And not how I expected that would go. It's when it's drawn, not when it's pulled, that it changes its energy value, its cost. Block Potion, Steam Power. We can't afford to put burns in this deck with how hard we cycle. I'm really sad that I still haven't seen Beam Cell, because that is a card that I think is extremely important for this deck. I don't know how a fight with an elite would go, but you know what? You gotta risk it for the biscuit. This is probably one of the better elites that I could fight. Primarily due to the fact that weakening this elite is so damn powerful against them. We'll zap first, go for the eyes, chill. And then hologram to take scrape, and then play scrape, and then I've got a bunch of more 0 cost cards that I get to play. Heck yeah. So I've added a wound to my deck there, but I did also draw all of my deck. So I can now dictate the way in which it's played. As though I wasn't doing that before. And then we go through again, and then that, and then hologram brings back the scrape, and then we do that. FTL is going to be super helpful. Zero cost card. So we take 2 damage this turn as well, but we are doing a lot of damage for a deck like this. Gotta make that pretty clear. This is an abnormal amount of damage. Now, FTL doesn't actually work consistently in a deck like this. You can see by what just happened to me there. That's fine. So FTL isn't a card that we would actually include in a deck like this. But it is a useful card indeed. 7-card deck, yeah, our draw pile is never large enough to use reprogram effectively. If this was a thick deck version of this build, that would be amazing. We can't take Apparition. No. Thickens our deck too much. I would have to then immediately start removing Apparitions from my deck. Don't give me a curse, just anything but a curse. Oh, thanks, bud. Thanks, bud, that's real cool of you. Okay, that's Decay, which we will then immediately remove from our deck. Hell yeah. We can't have a curse in the deck because the deck is so thin that the curse will pretty much always be in our hand, which is just so not good for us. Seek nothing. I mean, like, that's 38 damage and a full complement of orbs set up on the first turn. That's pretty insane. I do have to develop the Echo. Like, it's super powerful. Like, it's an unfair amount of powerful. I have to have that and set it up. I'm actually really interested in taking Reprieve here. Because it is inevitability. What I was arguing a couple episodes ago that I needed in my deck. In fact, I think I even mentioned Reprieve at the time as being a possible source of inevitability. So I really need both Scrape and the Reprieve back, like, as soon as is humanly possible. None of the... I guess we can take Blaster. It's just some AoE that gives us all our energy back. So now the thing is, I can play Blaster, and it'll cost me 3 and it'll give me 10 energy back, but then I have nothing to do with all of the energy that I gain back. Because I don't have my Scrape yet. It's still a lot of AoE damage. I should do it. Zap, hologram zap. Artifacting on the main guy means we can't weaken them. Oh, I can take Chill here. Hell yeah, that's actually really good. Oh no, there goes my Scrape. I'm gonna try and set up as many of those orbs as is humanly possible because I do not have a great feeling about the long-term survival of me. Buffer, hell yes, that is super important, right? I was really hoping that Nereus Codex would give me that because now I can use it to avoid a a frankly insane amount of damage. Defrag? Claw! Of course it's Claw. We can double play it. We will double play the Reprieve though, because that's just 2 focus for free. Which is, yeah, wee bit insane. Claw is a card we definitely need in this actual deck. It's just we haven't encountered it yet. I'm going to Beam Cell before I go for the eyes, so that I can weaken. I'm actually protected from the first hit with the Frost Orbs. I'm amazed. Right. Scrape for the draw. Yeah, we only got Claw. That's fine. Consume? No, but we will take a Barrage. I mean, we had a lot of Orb slots up there. And we'll double up on that Barrage. Yeah, this deck is a lot more insane than I was giving it credit for. Swift as well as Seek Nova Rainbow. We don't play that many powers. Seek is actually super underperforming in our deck right now, so I don't think I take a second one. And Rainbow, costs too much. I mean, not costs too much in general. Costs too much to add to this deck. I think we could get away with just taking the White Beast statue here. Because I really don't think the amount of energy we have has a significant impact on our fights. Dono and Decker are the final fight. Okay, so Dono and Decker, what do I have to consider for that? Well, Dono and Decker have the ability to afflict me with status effects. In particular, they can give me Dazed. That's going to be a bit rough. That could easily be a bit rough on us. So how do I avoid, or how do I mitigate the worst effects of being dazed? Well, if at a shop I see a... I'm looking at my paths and I can't really see like a great one right now. If at a shop I happen to see Medkit, I should pick that up so that I can just play those out of my hand. Well, actually, it doesn't matter to play them out of my hand, right? Because I don't have the Unceasing Top, so they're not actually doing anything. Like, they're not preventing my draw or anything. We'll start here because I can actually just choose to go no elites on this floor if I need to. Now, I'll zap, seek for nothing. Hologram back to scrape. Miller's Codex is actually going to be ridiculous for this deck. Oh, look, it's Reprieve. As in, like, Miller's Codex might be the most powerful thing in this deck. Which I guess is taking, like, a lot of agency for the power of the deck away from myself, but... yeah, I think the Miller's Codex is actually, like, ridiculous for us. Yeah. Alright. Well, I do really want to play Prime, but that is actually a bit expensive for us right now. Oh, Scrape is actually going to allow us to bypass things. Hadn't thought about that. Interesting. I'll probably take a reboot here just so that I have the ability to completely mulligan a garbage hand. Or, actually, reboot's actually really good in this deck because you just play all of your low-cost cards and then you reboot for an entirely new hand, and some of your new low-cost cards are in there. I mean, I would take Echo Form in almost any other case, but the enemy is extraordinarily dead. No one has ever been as dead as that enemy is right now. Regen Potion is super handy there. I'm actually really incentivized to take the White Noise because the upgraded version of the White Noise does cost 0. I'm pretty certain it's none of these. Our opening hands almost never cost enough to justify using a Lantern. I think it's another card removal, because I now have included another card in the deck, right? Okay. Zap would be pretty insane to take because I could just have... I actually don't want to execute either. Because I could just upgrade the Zap and then have another zero-cost Zap in the deck. Super easy way to shuffle back into... Oh, no. I have to lose White Noise here, unfortunately. Go for the Eyes is too powerful. Like, it forms most of my defense right now. Okay, let's Seek and take both of those cards. Hey, Seek finally performed its thing. And we'll scrape for the draw and go for the Eyes Zap. Hologram to bring back Scrape, do it all again. I mean, it's not a bad hustle. You have to admit, it is not a bad hustle. Upgrading this Zap will make it so much more effective. Because at the moment, we have 1 0 cost, 2 0 cost, right? These are after the exhausts are out of our deck, right? So Seek and Chill are gone. So Zap and Go for the Eyes are both 0 cost. However, Scrape allows me to draw 4 cards. So I could support 2 more 0 cost cards in the deck. One of them is obviously going to be this Zap when it's upgraded. Okay. Beam Cell would totally be one. I probably don't need a Swift Potion, actually. We draw possibly too well. No. Well, look, we definitely need to Smith Zap. There's pretty much no ifs, ands, or buts about that one. Sure, I'll take the red mask for 92. Totally fine with that. Seek for the cards left in our deck. Zap, Zap, go for the Eyes, Chill, Scrape. Zap, go for the Eyes, Zap. Hologram to bring back Scrape, do it again. I am really pleased with this deck. This I think is going to be overall like an unconventional version of the 0 cost deck for this because it doesn't have All for One and it's running super thin. But gosh, is this good fun. And I'm really proud that I got this one to work because I think this is like really close to the line as in whether or not it was going to actually work at all. Also, the Inserter has actually got some opportunity here to show, like, a serious amount of its power. One of the problems we do have, like, extremely definitely do have, is our reliance on the Nilri's Codex for our defense. Because now that we haven't gotten any focus at all so far in this fight, you can see how many turns we actually get into a fight. It's not a flattering look. What I should have done is use the regen potion at the start of that fight, because then I would have been able to pick up this weak potion. Passive effect of all of your channeled orbs for 1? I don't think so. I mean, the passive effect of all of my channeled orbs will be a lot of orbs. Like, it'll be 15 damage. Like, right now, that fight went pretty long. It would be 15 damage distributed? No, that's not good enough. For making my draw more clumsy, that's a hard price to pay. I am actually currently looking at the Doom and Gloom just for the sake of the fact that we do have the Dono and Decker as our final fight, but I still think that would probably be a mistake as well. Sundial! Every 3 times you shuffle your deck, gain 2 energy. That's gonna just permanently trigger, basically. Tiny chest, gain 30 gold. You're 10% more likely to find treasure in question mark rooms. Go to another question mark room. No treasure. How? What? What gives, game? No treasure? For me? The treasure boy? Well, we'll see about that. there's our first deck shuffle. And then we hologram, scrape. Oh, no, we did another deck shuffle there, apparently. The sundial is going to be extremely responsible for any success that we happen to have. I'm actually heavily considering taking the fission here, but I don't want this fight to be long, but at the same rate, it kind of already is. I'm actually going to take the bias cognition. If I don't want this fight to be long, why not take the biggest accelerant on the board? Okay, and then we get another target. I actually will use the singing bowl draw. I saw singing bowl next to the potion, so I forgot the name of the potion because that's how my brain works, or rather, that's how it doesn't. Well, energy is no longer a problem for us, ever. At the moment, this deck could support a... what could it support? Ooh, we got a regen potion. Ah, there's the beam cell. Thank you. I was looking for that. And it came pre-upgraded. Handy. Is a problem. When we don't get scrape in the opening hand, we can't go off in the opening hand. And when we can't go off in the opening hand, things are tense. Claw. That is super handy to see there. Oh boy. We definitely have to chill. Okay, well there goes the backliner, hell yes. We can beam cell, claw, go for the eyes kills, but I guess I do then. Zap, zap, and we'll scrape for the draw. Go for the eyes, zap, claw, hologram back to scrape, and go again. These small effects stack up really significantly, in fact. Take the reboot there. Basically just a new lease on a turn. I mean, reboot shuffles my deck, doesn't it? So, yeah, shuffle your cards. So it should trigger Sundial. And a hologram to take the scrape back. Okay, I want to see if reboot is going to trigger the Sundial, so I'll actually do that right now. It totally did. In fact, it triggered it twice. So it's affected by the same bug that affects... What's it called? It's affected by the same bug that affects Deep Breath, in that Deep Breath gains 2 charges of Sundial every single time. Seek allows us to take those 2. Scrape to draw them. And a hologram, and then another scrape. I mean, that's like a super effective turn. It is insane how much energy we can get in the build. The problem is, I say this lightly, in terms of quote-unquote there being a problem. Or rather, there being a quote-unquote problem. The problem that I'm currently running into is that we can't use Scrape to get another source of draw. Right? Because it discards all cards drawn this way that do not cost 0. Scrape is obviously our main source of draw in this entire deck. But there's no zero cost draw that I can currently see, or rather that I ran across so far. Like, I could take Skim in this deck, but then Scrape would oftentimes discard Skim. Like, I would have to luck out and get Skim in my hand. I think if I do see Skim, though, I think I take Skim. I guess it would be like Hologram, right? It would be a way to fish back a powerful card. I feel more comfortable with it now that I've thought about the relationship between it and Hologram. It's just another way to get back my other cards. A lot of the time, unlocking a strategy is just about learning to think about it in the right way. Hey, there's Skim. And I know I'm going to draw it because it's in my draw pile. Cool. Well, Skim happens last, right? So we zap, go for the eyes, scrape. Beam Cell. Oh, man. Yeah, single Skim in this deck is actually going to be insane. I've ridiculously undervalued it until now. Oh, no. I think I take a Reinforced Body, because a lot of the time I'm floating a lot of energy at the end of the turn, and I am going to need some defense against the final bosses, because they are just going to hit me for a lot. Like, I can't just degenerate them until they die. I'll take a single Reinforced Body there. Every single time I take a card that is not zero cost, though, I do want you to know I am jeopardizing the future of the deck. I am making it much more difficult for myself to achieve the win condition of the deck. Hologram up a Scrape. Okay, and we'll seek out those cards. Hell yes. See where the lightning flies there. Sure. I mean, next turn I am going to have 5 energy. I've got the upgraded, the Sundial's triggering. So I can just... boom. I mean, it's worth noting that was almost certainly the wrong thing to do, but it was fun. Yeah, because I'm going to need my passive effects pretty much to deal with these spikers for me. Hologram to bring back a zap. Use another zap. And then I'm going to just reinforce body so that I can beam cell, go for the eyes on the back line. Yeah. I need the lightning to do all the damage for me because I can't do it myself. I'll just take a lot of damage. Okay, using the reinforced body, we can use go for the eyes there for the kill. Hell yes. Bias Cognition is going to guarantee a kill just with my orb complement. Sounds perfect. Zap, zap, biased. Well, it should have been bias, zap, zap. All right. Skim, upgraded. Hell yes. That was the last opportunity to pick up a card and we got it. I am amazed. None of these need to be upgraded, so I'm actually going to rest. What have you done with Rhapsody? I'm going to say it so no one else can. All right. We do want to evoke the chills super early, so we're actually going to chill before we double zap. The eyes. That is just so that I could remove the artifacting there because we do want to kill Donu in the backline first. Wow. That is what I was talking about when I was saying, like, if I add non-zero cost cards to this deck, I am making this deck worse. And it just really extremely showed right there. Oh, boy. Well, Reprieve is always going to be active at least once, right? Blaster is actually, like, an energy accelerant, though. And I know that my next hand is going to have all of my cards because I knew that the Centennial Puzzle was going to trigger. So now I can blast her for 1 more energy. Hell yes. We did it. We got that extra energy. So now it's all of my 0 costs. Frontline's already weakened, so I'm actually going to use go for whatever on the back line for the damage. Scrape. We'll hologram back the scrape, play it again. Beautiful. Beam cells out, go for the eyes. We'll skim just to get another scrape back. Hell yeah. This is how I envisioned this going, and I'm really glad it's come together like it. And the reinforced body actually did come in clutch at the very end there. All for one. Put all cost 0 cards from your discard pile into your hand. As much as I thought this was going to be a ridiculously strong card for us, I think it's actually just a bad scrape at the size of deck that we currently have. So I'm not going to take it. It's also worth noting it's another 2-cost card that would be really, really difficult to play with. Claw. Claw extremely. Okay. Yeah, these are the hands that are going to murder me. Go for the ice for the weaken because it's necessary, but this is the kind of hand that will just completely remove us from the fight. Really not pleased to have seen that, though. Alright, we could probably kill the backliner this turn. They are all 0 cost, so if I go for the eyes, hologram back, scrape, we'll just totally get everything. Okay, that backline should be dead. Please be dead. Wow, you got hit once. I am so mad. I think we're dead. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm still proud of how we played, but not being able to defend ourselves with 0-cost cards there was really rough at the very end. Let's have a look. Let's have a little look at the postmortem. I think it's because the dazeds that got added to our deck made it really difficult for us to get a ridiculous amount of value out of our draws. Reinforced Body and Skim were super important, but if we didn't draw them, right? Like, because we had 10 cards in the entire deck, it's worth noting that Seek and Chill both burned out really early, right? So we had 8 cards in our consistent deck. If we didn't draw Skim or Reinforced Body, then we weren't going to be able to play them because our only draw past that point was Scrape. And the problem with that becomes, like, there are 2 cards in an 8-card deck with a 5-card draw. Like, it's reasonable to expect that you will draw them a reasonable amount of times. But as soon as you start including Dazeds in there and start actually diluting your draw, it becomes so much less likely that you're going to be able to draw them. And it's also worth noting that whenever you use Scrape, if you draw a Daze off the Scrape, it's not actually exhausted. It just goes into your discard pile, and now you have to deal with it later. Even if we didn't win, I'm really, really pleased with this run. It showed a power that I've not seen really fully realized. It could be argued this wasn't fully realized either. I would say that there's like a minimal change would have needed to happen to this deck for it to succeed. I'm actually really pleased with that. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.